Welcome to the Evolver Post Review with the Invisible Man and Woman, Terrell and CJ, all for real love. Hear these thoughts, EOD, resting in hub, and Coach FC, HW.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the apocalypse. It's not the end of the world. We are missing some soldiers. They're doing some important things. Welcome to episode 60 of the Evolve Post Review. I'm joined today by my lovely co-host from the Evolve Effect, which, by the way, just came out 20 minutes before this episode. EOD 33 Wrestling Hub. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, doing well. A little
I'm
tired.
doing what? I don't know. Before we continue, how was your movie experience, sir? You
I
went out to a movie.
I did not end up going to it because
Oh,
I still have a slight headache. I mean, it's not like I don't have the movie at home. They were re-showing, ladies and gentlemen, the old Masters of the Universe movie, and it was like tonight only. I just found out about it a couple hours ago, and I was gonna go, but I'm like, I'm probably not gonna enjoy myself if I go. Since I have a slight headache, but I'm powering on for you guys tonight.
thank you. We'll probably make this a short episode, and by short, I don't mean an hour and a half. I mean like maybe an hour. Without our friends, it's just a nice. We do have the Invisible Woman. She's making us some beautiful cocktails. No, she's not a 1950s woman that I'd order her to do it. She's doing it on her own accord. I want to put that out there. Um, Shout out to Chana Reads Horror. She's again another Evolve post reviewer that just started. And any person that's a reviewer of Evolve, and you can find exactly clap for this person. Any reviewer who's a reviewer of Evolve, find us. And I just want to make a legion of doom of all of us just having fun, benefiting from each other. There are no villains, we're just equal people here in this show. Now, let's start off the show with first off, Coach. You picked the wrong time to be asleep for this one. I got a special video for you later. Let's start off the show with Harley Riggins and Cam Hendricks coming into the ring. I'm sorry, coming into the complex. They're talking about that, Riggins is sad that he didn't win. Cam is like, it's okay, I got you. And he's gonna fight in the fatal four way, and he's gonna win. He keeps calling him Tater Tot, which I know you don't like that, EOD. And like Tay Wilder is at the place that he deserves to be, which is the medical room. They said, "Are you ready?" And Cam Hendricks says, "Lights, camera, action." And looks at the screen, which I would have wished. I wished that they did the Saved by the Bell graphics again, just real quick, just to remind us, like, yeah, he still has some control over editing. What are your thoughts on this on this like cold open promo?
I really liked it, and the only reason why, for those of you who don't know, is why I don't like them calling Tate Wilder Tater Tot because that's Tatum Paxley. I call her Tater Tot. Well, most people do, so that's the only reason why. I thought the promo was really good. Riggins and Cam made up super quickly, so that was nice to see because it was kind of left up in the air last week what might happen since like Riggins was going to have the number one contender shot because that's what Cam was alluding to before he said, "No, it's me." So I'm glad that's good. And Riggins did lose his match against Tate Wilder last week, but immediately after losing that match, they beat up Tate Wilder, left them almost unalived in the middle of the ring. So they're cool. Um, and Cam, what I said on the Evolve Effect, if y'all watch LFG this past Sunday, these are like two different people. Like I think we got the finished product of Cam, or the quite almost finished product of Cam Hendricks, and LFG. It didn't even feel like it was the same person. So that's congratulations to Cam Hendricks for that. Unless that was all for the show, I don't know, but like his confidence is through the roof now. So yeah, a nice little cold open. I liked it. a little bit different from the last cold opens we had, even though to have people talking, but it was these guys walking into the building and stuff. So I like that.
Okay, we have the Invisible Woman's here, so she'll give her thoughts on the Hendrix and Riggins cold open promo.
First of all, congratulations on 60 episodes of Evolve. This promo, I liked it. I don't know, we're seeing them as like sophisticated villains. And I'm excited to see where Cam Riggins, where Cam Hendricks ends up on NXT. So, and what they do with Harley Riggins after he leaves. So.
I like that. All right, cool. Thank you. That's okay. We have a comment from Trick Boy. Show on stage. You're on fire. Hello. Thank you for that. All right. Let's start it off with the Nikita Lyons versus Carmen Petrovic match. Now she comes in with the coat, and I love that Cardi M said that she almost tripped when she came into the ring. You did say that. You did say that. Oh, she almost tripped. She almost tripped. We still love her, but we have to call her on her things. We are unbiased, except for the people that are on wanted list. You guys have done on that part. Then Carmen Petrovic comes in the ring. She does the little kicks. No more sword. No more. Because I think that was actually Hear These Thoughts like fault, because he kept bringing up the fact that she almost did attempt to murder with the sword. So they're like, you know what? Let's just, for safety purposes, let's not bring the sword outside. No, and that's the best thing about that. Now, here are two clips, ladies and gentlemen. One about this is the progression of Nikita Lyons, where Blake Howard has turned into Peter Rosenberg, and Peter Rosenberg has turned into Robert Stone. Enjoy.
Is Nikita Lyons considered fake by the rest of the line? Fake? Why would you say that, Blake? Well, some of the shots Carmen was taking at her, it seems like Nikita Lyons, she preaches certain things, but doesn't necessarily follow her own. I think Nikita Lyons is just a complex individual. All right? Big Cat Kita dances to the beat of her own drum, so sometimes things may not always make sense on paper, but trust me, she knows what she's doing.
Now, later on, and I do say this lightly, later on, freaking Blake Howard brings up another fact of that, so here's part two.
Is laid out Petrovic center of the ring, and Carmen somehow able to hang on. Nikita was already planning her victory post. I mean, Peter, to that point, you have to wonder sometimes with Nikita Lyons, is it more about multimedia or is it about champ? How dare you? How dare you, Blake? I noticed that you like practically every one of the posts. I see you lurking in the comments, and then you question whether or not her commitment to a good social media account will somehow make her a less valid competitor in the ring. You've done quite a bit of research on Nikita Lyons. Instagram, Twitter, X, everything. Just Instagram, but I enjoy the work. Yeah, I do. Unlike you, at least I admit it. Nikita is in control. She's certainly a multi.
Now, match was fast-paced from the beginning. I will give you that. It was awesome for the fact of it is. Ladies and gentlemen, EOD, take it away. I'll be right back. All right?
All right. Yeah, I thought the match was fast-paced. Lots of reversals in the beginning. Nikita did something a little bit different that she normally doesn't do, even though she has been a heel for a while. She actually played the cowardly heel at the beginning. Like, as soon as the match started, she got to the ropes, went outside the ring before she started fighting. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. But, yeah, Carmen, it was weird seeing her without the sword. And like you said, I think Hear These Thoughts was right about that, about the attempted unaliving of Callie Armstrong, so now we don't got the sword no more. Maybe she can come up with a kendo stick or something. I don't know. Like, well, Meechin does that, so maybe not. Nikita Lyons did try to go for a Vader bomb, so you know how that ended up. But I think they're doing the Vader bomb exactly what they did with Tate Wilder in the moonsault. For a while, a good while, every time Tate Wilder tried to hit the moonsault, he did not connect. And then eventually he did. So I think that's going to happen with Nikita Lyons. Eventually she's going to hit that Vader bomb on somebody. When Invisible Man comes back, he'll probably go over the play-by-play. But basically, as the match was starting to wind down, we had Sloan come out, ran a little distraction, not really interference. She didn't really do anything. Here he is. Um, so then Laney Luck comes
Okay.
out to take care of her. So using distraction to her advantage, Nikita Lyons was about to finish her. And then Wendy Chu appeared out of nowhere near the VIP section, tripped up Nikita Lyons, and that led to the 1, 2, 3 for Carmen Petrovic, and she is your winner. Um, After the match, Wendy Chu basically was telling her like, "Look, you shouldn't have interfered in my match, and this is what you get." So that's it in a nutshell. What kind of happened? I'm not the play-by-play person, so there you go.
And that's why I'm here. I'm back.
And I think the Invisible Man saying something, but I can't hear him. I
Yeah,
might need to pop out.
I am saying something.
Hold
Oh
on.
no.
Let me pop out.
Okay. Now, as he pops out, come back in, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that this was a good match. This was fast paced all the way to the end. Wendy Chu did come out of nowhere, and it really bothered a lot. It bothered me in general because I'm like, if you're the champion, there we go. If you're the champion, and he's back. Can
Yeah,
you
I
hear
can
me,
hear you.
OD?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
thank.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now, I was saying that for me, again, it's the writing of the wall that you're the champion. Wendy Chu, you're the champion, and you're coming out to get your revenge, even though you have your right. Why? It doesn't make any damn sense. Jackson Drake would do it, but he had a purpose. He was a dick. He didn't really want people to disrespect him, and he had his crew with him. Wendy ain't got no crew. So why are you attacking a person that clearly people all around you are saying that you don't want to fight her? When Nikita is telling you you're ducking me, you don't want to fight me, but yet you interfere in my match, and then when you're outside, you say you interfered in my match, so I'll interfere in yours. You're the champion. You're a higher standard than other people right now. Why are you acting like a bitch? For me, Wendy, for me. But Cardi M, your spiritual perspective on the Nikita match versus Carmen Petrovic.
Uh, okay, like you were saying, I like the sequence in the beginning with the kicks and the dodges. It felt very Mortal Kombat-esque. Um, and yeah, overall this match, trying to remember any major highlights. No, it was just a
No,
solid standard match. I feel like we've seen them fight a couple times now.
they haven't
Obviously,
actually.
like they're both really talented. Nikita especially has evolved her, style and everything. So yeah.
And what are your thoughts on Wendy interfering in the match?
Karma, I guess. But also, I was telling you when we were watching Evolve, that, like, this made me think of the fake psychic reading they had a while
Yeah,
back, and that this moment where she got betrayed, or not betrayed, but like screwed over, was ultimately what the tarot cards were warning about. But um, yeah, I don't think Wendy had to do it, I guess, because she still won the match anyway. So it's like, why did you let it affect you? But I guess it was just, again, karma. Because maybe she thought if Nikita wins, then she'll have to fight her, but it doesn't really matter. So I don't know.
exactly. All right. What are your thoughts on that, EOD?
Yeah. I just think she did it because she basically interfered in her match. She's like, "Nah, I can't let it slide. I'm not gonna be the bigger person. I'm not gonna let it slide." And really, Nikita is lucky. That's all she did was trip her up because you did kind of interfere in her championship match. So in the back of her head, yeah, she didn't lose the title, but and I personally still think Winnie Chu was going to win the match anyway. But now Lady Luck kind of has something like, well, technically you didn't beat her, you didn't beat her. So that could be in the back of her mind, like, well, could Lady Luck have beaten me? I guess we'll never know now. But yeah, she had to get her lick back. That's all that was like. So I don't think it was anything about being like scared. I get what you're saying, but Wendy Chu, she's only been a face for like what, not that long. So she still got a little bit of revenge on her mind. She can't. She's like, I'm not a goody two shoes champion. So yeah, Aaron Rourke. Okay, think of it like this: would Aaron Rourke let that stuff slide? I don't think so. So Wendy Chu, do it. She interfered. Do the Untouchables. What they send one of yours to to the hospital. You send one of them to the morgue. That's what you do. So I applaud Wendy too for getting her get back. So
No, okay, I get
just
that.
to further the storyline and everything. So now you definitely know it's Nikita is gonna be going after Wendy. So everything's split up.
Yeah.
Carmen, we don't even know if Carmen is gonna be doing anything with Evolve or. So it was like, it splits everything else nicely. But Carmen does kind of, in a weird way, have a little claim because she did win, but we know it was because of interference and stuff like that. So they could play that card or they could not play that card. Either way they choose, they'll be fine with Carmen's involvement with the championship picture. So
Okay, I get that. And shout out to Cardian for the tarot reading. I think it is karma too. I think it is the fact that Nikita, but that means it's over. Karma, once you got it, you don't get it repeatedly every day for the rest of your life. You get it once and then you get clean spirited. If she goes down the path of that she honorably goes after the championship, Wendy has to be fearful because Nikita, by wrestling standards, by you doing this, it seems that you're kind of cowardly. Yeah, you get your get back, but it seems that you're kind of cowardly fighting a person that you say that has nothing against. Come on. She could, and we said it. Nikita getting the belt is the right way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after this, I think I remember after this. After this, it was it was a Tate Wilder and Romeo Moreno promo. Romeo Moreno was backstage. He's like, "I am 0-2. I am so sad." I can talk Spanish, but I'm not in the mood for that right now. Tate Wilder brings up the fact that he's lost more than he won, and that he's never been back down, and you just gotta keep going. I'm like, I guess. I don't really know about that. So, EOD, what are your thoughts? Wait, before EOD, I'm sorry. Cardi, what are your thoughts on Tate Wilder actually bringing up the fact that he's lost more than he won and trying to motivate Romeo? And we said this on the Evolve Effect on the Wrestling Super Friendos Network on any audio platform. He is now Shawn Legacy. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's interesting that he brought up his loss record, and it makes for a good pep talk, because that's the reality of it. You're not going to win every match.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean you shouldn't keep trying. In terms of comparing him to Shawn Legacy, I see the comparison, like, if he's, again, with the pep talks, yes, that was Shawn Legacy's thing. Which, by the way, has he been out on NXT? Because they brought him up. And
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
I don't really watch NXT. But, yeah, for Tate Wilder, I feel like he's a little bit more of a villain than Shawn. Like, he will consistently come out on these matches and interfere. And Legacy didn't really do that. So.
Okay. EOD, I you know this more than anything. It's so awesome that she what's up, Rams fan? She didn't watch NXT, and yet she predicted exactly what happened in NXT. So let me explain this. EOD is smiling from ear to ear. Okay. Now in NXT there was a 3-man match. Legacy, Prosper, EK Prosper, and Tate Wilder against Birthright. At a certain point of the match, Tate Wilder didn't want to tag in. No, Tate Wilder didn't want to tag in, and he kept doing move after move. And Shawn and EK Prosper are like, "Dude, tag us! What the fuck are you doing? Hey!" Because he wanted to show out, and that's because they lost.
he said, "It's my time. It's my time." That's what he kept saying.
Yeah, he said, "This is my time." Thank you, EOD. This is my time. This is my time. Move. He come back into the ring. This is my time. This is my time. Move after the Yeah, and that's NXT Wilder.
And he did the moonsault.
And he did the moonsault. Yep,
and he
did the
did
moonsault.
it. And he and lost.
Oh my God.
It was
This is Cardi M. This is a spiritual media. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, after that, let's go to after that. Harlem Lewis, we're just gonna bounce around back and forth because there was only 3 matches technically, but let's just bounce around. Harlem Lewis comes out in the middle of the ring and says, "Look, Braxton Cole, I got a problem with you. I'm really tired of your crap. You ruined the match. You threw me into the barricade." This is what he said. Remember, this is a triple threat, Cardi M, and you know that in a triple threat there's no rules, right? There's no rules, which made it even more interesting that Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins did not interfere in the triple threat match at that time. It was kind of weird. But anyway, Braxton Cole in that triple threat match, Cardium, threw him into the barricade. He threw Harlem into the barricade, and then he slid in, and then Aaron Rourke did his thing and did the over the rainbow. Harlem Lewis brings up the fact that you threw me into the barricade, like losing my chances, but at the end you lost anyway. Just putting it on his face. Braxton Cole, he's like, bring your ass out here. Braxton Cole comes out. His music now, and EOD, and I heard this, but I heard this more intently. Bum, 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 bum. Winner! Bum, 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 bum. Winner! That's your theme song, Braxton Cole. I'm sorry about that. That's exactly what they're saying. He says, if like, I don't care about your poor ass, come out and get some. Security comes out, holding Harlem Lewis back, one of the big boys and another guy out of nowhere. Braxton Cole punches Harlem Lewis. And security, for the first time ever, tell the person that punches the guy, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Bye-bye. And Harlem Lewis is all whatever. So, Cardian, what are your thoughts on Harlem Lewis now not focusing on Aaron Rourke, but focusing on Braxton Cole and the Braxton Cole Wiener joke? Wiener!
Yeah, honestly,
Wiener!
I'm wondering how long Evolve is going to put up with it.
How
But
long?
I like it. I like it. I don't know. Okay. The Harlem Lewis thing, it seemed like he's matured.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, I don't really care about the belt right now. I care about fighting this asshole. So I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. EOD?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about the Cam Hendricks thing first. Well, one, I don't think they're cool with Braxton Cole anymore. For one, because I think they were kind of making fun of him, a couple weeks ago too, like after the whole ID PC wars. So them not interfering in the triple threat match, that made sense to me. Um, but Harlem Lewis, what was Braxton Cole supposed to do? It was a triple threat match, and you're mad that he broke up the pin for your win. I'm like, that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to like sit back and let you win. Nah. So I get why he's upset, but I think he's upset for the wrong reasons. He should be upset that he lost the match and everything, not that he broke up the pin. I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. But the coldest line was basically say he did all that and he still lost the match. So I thought that was kind of messed up. Um, but yeah, Harlem Lewis, I said it before on the Evolve Effect that Harlem Lewis, it just feels like he's reading off a script. He reminds me of the Roman Reigns, how he used to give his promos. Because when he's on Instagram giving a promo, it's really, really good. Um, so I just think it's just more the presentation. Maybe they could just give him like bullet points, be like, okay, just touch this, touch this, touch this, and then let Harlem Lewis come up with something on his own. Because I don't know if he's getting like fed lines or not. It just comes off as kind of, I don't know, like a little off. But Braxton Cole's promo was actually really good. I did like that. He's talking about all the pressure that he has. Again, coming off the promo that he did a couple weeks ago about Harlem Lewis, like, okay, his biggest achievement was getting signed by by the WWE for Evolve. That was his biggest accomplishment. But he's supposed to be winning championships and stuff. So I thought it was good. Insecurity, they did their thing. They stopped Harlem Lewis from getting Braxton Cole. Braxton Cole gave a sucker punch, and then security saw that also and took him out, told him he had to go. So I did like that. Overall, it was a decent segment that takes Aaron. I mean, not takes Aaron Rourke. Takes Harlem Lewis out of the title picture for now, just for now, which also makes sense because there's a number one contendership match like this same evening. So it gives him something to do besides whining about why he's not the number one contender. So I appreciated that.
Okay. Now, EOD, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. Now, again, I'm happy for Braxton Cole. The wiener joke is, and Cardi M made a good point. How long are they going to keep this up and evolve? The answer is yes.
Yeah,
That's
it's like there's no answer because they can edit that out if they wanted to. So it's gonna
they're
let it
not.
go.
They're not. Gabe Sapolsky is laughing somewhere like a mad scientist. Like, I didn't make that up, and it's beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Now, let's go to the second match of the night. I want to give a shout out to Shauna Retard and to CJ Valley. He followed me on Twitter and on Instagram, so I appreciate that. And the Sean's Rams fan. I know you don't. I know you don't watch a lot of Evolve, but again, this is getting good. This is now the startup of season 2.5, if you want to call it like that, because now it's a whole new ball game. But, ladies and gentlemen, from Mount Olympus.
If you're not tan and jacked and ready to attack, or if you are weak and pale and ready to fail, then this is not the place for you, cause it's time for the stardometer with its y'all.
Now, sorry, my mouth was adulating the glory of It's Gall. I got that back. It's Gall versus CJ Valor. It's Gall comes out and he's flexing. It's Gall, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, before we continue, in the world outside of Evolve Universe, It's Gall has fought Mike Cunningham twice. Heath Slater got his bro a WWE contract. Who's Heath Slater's friend? Who's Heath Slater's friend? Like, we got a comment, EOD. It says from Rams fan 5449, Heath Slater got his bro a WWE ID contract.
But before, okay, I got to see the.
Oh, that's his
match.
boy?
They were chanting Heath Slater while It's Gall and Max Abrams was wrestling at the CCW event.
They were?
that I went to
Oh
last
my
Friday.
God.
Yeah, they were calling him Heath Slater, which was.
Oh, okay. Oh, David Shaw, you got me. You got me, Rams. You got me. All right, I get it. I thought it was for real. Like, oh shit, that's a pretty cool callback. But yeah, it's like he does look like Heath Slater. He does look like Heath Slater, like a motherfucker. But It's Gall versus CJ Valor. It's Gall comes out and he's just tan, jacked, and ready to attack. And CJ Valor comes out, and I want to give credence to CJ Valor for the fact of his resume, because holy shit, his fucking resume.
In perfectly mint condition, it's gone! Now, Peter, I know often we kind of, I guess, disparage It's Gall. You know, we don't necessarily see eye to eye. Well, speak for yourself, if you will, but say Valor! I don't love this spot for It's Gall. Like, you know, here comes the power and someone of the wild card of this ID 2.0 group. He wasn't a part of that six-man tag team match, but he certainly made his presence felt in one CJ Valor. He absolutely did. If you look at it, he is just absolutely a beast. This is a guy, Peter, deadlifts over 800 pounds, squats over 700 pounds, black belt in jiu-jitsu in 5 years, a multi-tool athlete, and It's Gall going to have a tough one tonight.
Ooh, gains and veins, here we go. Ladies and dummies, this Friday, it's not just another Friday. It's Gall is going to make it Special Treat Friday. Oh yeah, because it is going to be a treat to finally get my revenge on Jimmy House after I already beat his Mog Squad leader, Mike Cunningham, twice. To make it true, should I say, It's Gall is ready to lay it in. So Jimmy, you better tuck your chin, dummy. There's no doubt this match is going to be meat versus meat. Two top-tier athletes going at it at a pretty ferocious pace. But It's Gall is going to teach you something beyond wrestling. Worcester, Massachusetts, the White Eagle, they already know. And that is when you're in mint condition, there is no competition, dummy. Oh, yeah.
Go on, EOD. I wanted to add that all together, and I was telling Cardi M, and my eyes like lit up because I remembered you were literally, where that camera showed him throwing Mike Cunningham, you were like, in a sense, in a match, 2 feet from that.
Yeah,
By the way, you were recording.
Yeah, I was in the second row, and they actually allowed us to record. They said, just as long as you tag us, you're good to go. So
Yay!
I got a lot more. I just haven't posted them up. Yet. So I was there for the second match with It's Gall and Max Abrams. On the Indies, he's still going by Mike Cunningham, but Max Abrams for our purposes here. And it was a good match. And shout out the Black Couch Booking. I said this earlier on Evolve Effect. He left a comment on my page saying that Max Abrams basically looked like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat, and because his entrance with the glasses on, he was dancing and everything, and I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee it. So, shout out to him. But yeah, it was a good. It was a good match. I highly recommend if you can see an ID showcase, a match or a show, go to it. Go see it. So
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take my beautiful, wonderful, hot, sexy, adventurous girlfriend to over there as well to watch Mortal Kombat tomorrow. So we'll get a review of that real quick. Um, this match was based on who is most powerfulest. I'm just joking. Everyone's the damn same level of power. So It's Skull was using discus clotheslines, the oh yeah punches, the chops, everything else. You got a comment here. He could possibly be an outrunner too.
yeah, he could.
He could be. Now, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Rams fan. For every time Itzgal was doing a move, every time Itzgal was doing a fight, every time we've watched Itzgal, his win-loss record is not that great. It's quite atrocious. But the reason that he's been losing so much over the time is because he poses way more than he fights. We've all known this.
Mm-hmm.
In this instance, he fought more than he posed. And when he would pose, he would do it like really quick and then do a move. He did push-ups on CJ Valor looking at Mike Cunningham. He would do like the leg ankle lock with his legs and then doing push-ups while looking at Mike Cunningham like, yeah. So he was doing good. And he was doing freaking dummy drops, belly to back suplexes. CJ Valor was showing the fuck off. For a guy that's shorter than Itzgal, and I think they're about the same body weight, like the same amount of weight. So you look at Itzgal at two something. I think so. He's just shorter and more muscular. I think he is, right?
Yeah.
He's a little stocky. So at a point where Itzgal was going to win, Santi distracted, Jakari chop blocked, and then CJ Valor does his special, which is the pop-up spear. Kind of like a spear that Braun Breaker does, but kind of like just, does that? No, it's not. That's CJ Valor. But it's either the safest move that you can do or the most dangerous move that you can do. But either way, congratulations, CJ Valor, on your first ever win of Evolve. I have to give you that. Post-match, the Mog Squad throws Itzgal out like a piece of trash, a cheap hooker in the wind, and they promote Jakari, which I want to call him Cyborg from now on because he looks like a fucking cyborg. They promote Santi Rivera. They promote CJ Valor. You did see the Nikita highlight. Thank you for that. It's really good. We have a little the Nikita thing too. But in the end, they announce for the whole world, Fightful Wrestling, you lazy bitches. We called it first.
And the main man, all we do is mock you.
I don't get it.
So it's fitting that from now on, you can refer to us, sunglasses off, as the Mog Squad.
The Mod Squad. I don't get it.
Are we the best or what?
I just want to give some credence to that. Now, EOD, what are your thoughts on the match? This is another one of Itzgal's losses, but this time it made sense. Because for the simple fact that he didn't have any help, the numbers game, and he probably would have won against CJ Valor if it wasn't for the interference. His leg was getting messed up by CJ Valor, was messing it up a lot, but he still had the strength for it. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this was a good match. In fact, it's probably Itzgal's best match, especially his best singles match. And we were always saying the thing with Itzgal, in the matches, he's too cocky. He was always showboating, doing too much. This match, he actually took it seriously. Like he still did the Itzgal stuff, but it was like you said, super quick. Like he'll do pose, and then that's it. He wouldn't hold it for 5 to 10 seconds and everything. And that was I think the difference from the match. And I think he's motivated because he really doesn't like these guys after jumping him because nothing like this ever really happened to Itzgal. The only time he really got mugged was when Keanu Carver, I think it was like episode like 2 or 3, when he was supposed to have the match the following week, but he talked too much trash, so Keanu Carver took him out right then and there. That's the only time he's really ever got like beat down. Every other time he's been in an actual match and lost. So now it's personal. He's taking it more serious, and he's deceptively strong. Like he's in good shape and everything. But the way he picked up Valor and like did that, like what you call the dart, the little toss thing. Like he just picks him up and throws him. That's actually impressive. But yeah, we all knew the numbers game was gonna get him, especially since Starboy and Romeo were nowhere to be found. That's another thing. Remember, he had his little vignette I think it was last week, about like how sad he is. No, like he basically doesn't have any friends, and this shows he doesn't have any friends. Like not even common enemies is good enough for Itzgal. So hopefully he branches out and gets some friends on Evolve. I think that's the next progression of his character. But yeah, they didn't have to throw my man out the ring like that. He said, "Get him out of here." Just tossed him out like he was nothing. But he was on the verge of winning this match before the shenanigans happened. So he's getting there. So I thought the match was great. It's telling the story, and we're not done yet. We're not done.
Now, Cardium, your thoughts on the It's Golf match? TJ Valor won, by the way.
Solid match. I'm glad to see that his scholars, improving his style. I was also happy to hear that he's been winning ID matches. So yeah, overall, good.
Thank you. And again, it's Gall. That's one that's like casual fan that sees that you're growing since year one. That's the most humblest, sincerest thing a wrestler could ever have. So thank you for giving that to her, and thank you for her giving that to you. No, anyway, she's my girlfriend. It's Gall. Don't take her away. Now let's get to another segment. Dorian Van Dux is backstage, and Jensen's there. Jensen says to him, "Hey, you should listen to me. Everyone else that doesn't listen to me doesn't really get it." And he tells him, like, "Look, you're a local bully. I'll listen to your advice, and then I'll throw it in the trash." And he speaks French. Freaking Jensen being, "Oh, I don't understand that language." It's French, by the way. Dorian said that real quick. It's French, by the way. Which, by the way, Bama. I don't care if you're from Bama. Even Bama learned French. Even Alabama people had to learn French in high school. So don't give it. You were just being lazy if you didn't want to learn French. And he's not even like French. He's Belgium French. So you really are on the wrong path there, buddy. Now, in the end, he walks away, and Dorian. What are your thoughts on this, EOD? Like, it was an okay promo.
I like the promo because it did something that I didn't know I needed. It gave Dorian a little bit of character. As we were saying last week, Terrell wanted, what was it? Terrell wanted him to read him a bedtime story or whatever. Like to me, he comes off as super serious. So the fact that he's got a little sense of humor and everything, that's the thing I took out of it the most. That line about I'm gonna take your advice and throw it in the trash. I thought that was I actually laughed out loud when I heard that. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that from Dorian. He kind of reminds me of a Terminator or something like that. But yeah, Jensen did the typical stereotypical American thing, like, oh, I don't understand that language or whatever, and blah blah blah. But I thought the whole segment was good. I think it was mainly there to show a spotlight on Dorian and give him some personality. Quickly, because we all know he's on borrowed time on NXT on Evolve, so which is the case with most of the people that we're featuring in this episode. So I liked it. It was good, nice little backstage segment. So good job, Dorian.
Yeah, shout out to Dorian. Now, from the Belgium to the anime, we have Gianna Capri, Veronica Haven, aka Bird Girl number 2, and Anya Room. And I don't want to call her Bird Girl number 2, but if you're holding the wings of the other girl, what was her name? The one that hangs out with the hang that you hang out with Bailey. Still hangs out with Bailey.
Lyra
Who?
Valkyria. Lyra
Valkyria? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lyra Valkyria or Veronica Valkyria, which VV. Oh, actually, shout out to Rams fan. His version is Bird Girl, attorney at law. Actually, I like that one. I'm keeping that Rams fan. Every time I see Veronica Haven, Bird Girl, attorney at law. So they're hanging out, and Gianna's like crapping on Anya because she lost the match last week. Anya's like, and you can't see her fingers because she's covering her finger with her jacket. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. No, this is your fault. Now, specifically, Veronica Haven giggles, then looks at Anya, feels bad, and then tells Gianna, rude, that was rude. Anya gets up and says, you know what? I'm going to prove to you that I can hang here and evolve. I'm going to go to Foreman Thatcher. And she's pointing at Gianna. And I'm going to ask for a match against, and I'm thinking it's Gianna, Layla Diggs. And I'm going to show you that I'm not anime girl. And then, okay. So before they say anything, EOD, shout out to Coach. During the time that she went from the locker room to Thatcher, this happened.
This anime girl has done a lot of reflecting lately. And I've always deserved so much better than I've gotten. Because people have constantly tried to convince me that I'm not good enough and that I don't belong here. But look where I stand now. On Friday, May 15th, I will be standing across the ring from Notorious Mimi, and both of us are ID prospects. And we will be competing for the opportunity to face Lainey Luck in a championship match for the ID Women's title. So now, it is my turn to make everyone notice me at Beyond Wrestling Presents the ID Showcase. Ooh woo.
Yeah. I had to pause it because I had to make sure Cardia got to the last part, the ooh woo part. Oh, what are your thoughts on this promo and this ooh woo girl?
Me? All right. This is my first time seeing it, and she is living the gimmick. When I was listening to it, I was thinking this sounds exactly like an anime, a voiceover for anime. It really did. I'm like, okay. And Notorious Mimi, that's also Capri, isn't it? Or am I mistaken? Or Notorious Mimi.
No, it's Sloane Jacobs.
Oh, Sloane. Okay. Yeah, since they all kind of came in at the same time, I'm like trying to remember like the old names and the new names. Yeah, so I thought this was an excellent promo. The little vignette that we just saw, the thing that happened in the locker room, I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense. It sort of makes sense because they never really officially said they are a tag team. So for her to be rating her, it looked like they had a tag match. Like, okay, two single competitors, we had a tag match, didn't work out. But it looks like the anime girl still wants to be her partner. So to prove that it was a fluke, that she lost the match that against Layla Diggs, because Layla Diggs was the one I think that pinned her. So it's like, okay, yeah, I could go beat Layla Diggs, and I'm going to show you, yeah. And then I think I've seen this anime before, so I don't think it's going to go according to plan. And this is going to drive a further wedge between her and Capri. But yeah, that promo was good in the ring. I did like that. I didn't realize the gimmick was like that strong with Anime Girl, and then she did a little wink at the end. I'm like, only thing that would have been perfect is if she would have been able to do all that and had like an animated style on top of her and do it. I think that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
What is it called? A filter. Some type of animated filter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool. So.
Yeah, but that was somebody's phone. Whatever you saw right there, that was somebody's phone in someone's like backyard wrestling ring.
Oh no, I got it. It's like, but I mean, that was a little bit less than the TV budget, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
difference between promos. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was good. It was good, and I can't wait to see where this is going. I think Coach, I think you're gonna like it when you see it again. So
Yeah. Shout out to Coach FCHW. His latest review of Evolve, which came on the same day of today, which is rare for him. He has a anime version of himself in the corner the whole time with his tongue sticking out. I'm like, you son of a bitch! You gotta make him in. Oh man, okay, you got a comment here, guys. Make dinner, support another stream for a bit. Keep rocking if you. Oh, thank you, Rhymes fans. Say hi to them for us. All right.
yeah,
Thank you for passing by. Um, After that, check out Coach FCHW on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. His reviews are crazy. He really does love Anya Rune. Now, next up, Tristan Angel's promo. He talks about all the opponents for the Fatal Four Way. He talks about Jensen being backwoods. He talks about Cam Hendricks being just a flash in the pan. He talks about Dorian. He talks about that he did fight him in AAA. We've had battles, but your country, Belgium, and I love that Cardi Hem's going to hear this. Your country, Belgium, is only famous for waffles and chocolate, and I do not let that enter my body at all. So I'm going to be the next guy to go up to be the and I wish Dorian would have had a retort saying, "Well, have you seen my body? If I just eat waffles and chocolate and I just got this, imagine what if I would have added protein on top of that." So I like that. So what are your thoughts, EOD, on the Tristan Angels promo? Again, he's a heel, but he's a classic heel, sadly. And gladly.
it's always weird how I gravitate to certain wrestlers on Evolve that I didn't think I would gravitate to. Like Tristan Angels is my guy. I don't know what it is about him. He's my guy. His promos are great, and like I was saying earlier about TV budget, he gave a great promo. I want to say maybe last week on NXT, and just the budget alone was like night and day. The promo was still good, but just the setting is like in a room. It's whatever purplish and stuff. Great promo. NXT, the budget's a little bit higher, so he's like outside with the perfect camera, and it was just awesome. So yeah, the way he cut everybody down in the nicest way possible, in the rudest way possible. It's like that's what I like about Tristan Angel. He's like, yeah, he's a heel, but he's like I guess a proper villain. I guess is what he is, and I just like the whole promo. Like he cut every single one of them down, and it was all true. It was all true to an extent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Tristan Angels, and I did like the fact that he did call back the AAA match because for those of you who didn't know, when they all kind of debuted a couple weeks ago, that very same week, I think they injected a match from in AAA into that very episode. I think they were holding on to that. So a lot of the people that's involved now. So that was the first time I saw Tristan Angels like kind of wrestle, and Dorian Van Dukes was in it. It was more like an international thing, so they broke them up by like countries or whatever, in a 6-man tag or something like that. So yeah, it was pretty good, and yeah, and Tristan Angels, remember, he's 2 years in the business, not 2 years in WWE, 2 years total in the business, and he already has it, I think. So thumbs up for me.
I actually like, again, everyone's hyping on Tristan Angels. Coach likes him. A couple hear these thoughts. I do in a small way. Like he just reminds me of Regal, except without the brass knuckles. And just like he can be vicious, I guess, or sneaky if he wants to. Now, Cardium, what are your thoughts on Tristan Angels?
I don't really have many thoughts. Like now that he's going up to NXT, it's like hear these thoughts always said, can't like anybody on Evolve. And it's weird.
Is it the reason is because of this?
Also, fun fact, is Dorset, England, the place where they do the pictures with Microsoft like back in the 90s? I don't know.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
we talked about that. We were having like a debate on that.
Yeah,
I think Cardi M is more like Evolve right now is like Game of Thrones. You can't get too attached, I guess, to some of these people.
Yeah, basically that's a good point. The point says like if you add Evolve to the Game of Thrones together, that's basically what it is. That's I would like that though. I would like Mr. England. Like again, I don't want him to lose. I don't want Aaron Rourke to lose. Like I feel that Destiny is going. Gabe is like putting it on the wall, and if you don't know it, you don't know it. Like Wendy's losing to Nikita, Aaron's losing to Harlem. Like that's it. Because why would you give emphasis on these two characters specifically? And again, Tristan's gone in 2 weeks. So is Cam. So is Dorian. Everybody's gonna be gone. And then I was telling Cardi M this when we were watching the intro EOD.
Mm-hmm.
In about 3 weeks, then I have to redo that intro again.
Do it, yeah.
God. Fuck. And Romeo's gone too, technically too. The
But
only
think of it
one
like
that
this.
has yeah.
I was gonna say, just think of it like this: Evolve is working, I guess.
Yes.
NXT feels so much fresher now once they had all this injection of Evolve talent, and now we're getting even more. It just feels like a different show now to me and everything because the men's division was kind of stale for like a long time. You had your top guys, you had no mid card section until Evolve got up there. It was almost dead. It was just, and they weren't even sure what they're going to do with Miles Bourne at the time. So yeah, now it's like, oh, it feels like a proper show. We have a top tier, middle tier, and people doing other things. So women have always been solid, so that was never really an issue. So
Okay, I get that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, no one wants it list today because obviously, there wasn't like Braxton was there and Jensen was there and Harlan Lewis was there, but no Chewy. This was actually the best episode ever because Chewy was not around at all. However, hopefully that I'm not gonna risk it. Touching Grass with Nikia Lyons is based on the clip of Zarya and her backstage. I think you saw this EOD where Nikita's wearing like this weird cat mask with spikes on it.
mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm trying to vibe with you. And she's like, hell no. Like she did the hell no thing. I have to clip that part.
She said,
but that's the only
shut up. She said,
yeah.
hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. I'm like, yes, right. She doesn't shut up. So I want to give that out to shout out to Nikita. I don't want to risk putting the clip out there because I got a strike on my channel. I got to wait till May. So just let's put that out there. All right. EOD, time for the main event. This has been the most shortest episode ever because our crew's not here at the time. Shout out to Terrell. He's having a wonderful time. Shout out to Hear These Thoughts. He's taking care of family. Shout out to Coach. He's sleeping. So I get it. But shout out to Chana Reads Horrors. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll bring her in for a nice little special guest star. And shout out to CJ Ballard.
It's CJ Wolfie hanging out with Terrell.
And CJ Wolfie, sorry, CJ Wolfie. Don't get mad. I'm sorry. Main event. Jensen versus Dorian versus Tristan versus Cam. Everyone has to do the intros in a 2x speed version because like, oh, come on, let's go. So the match starts. This was really like showing off their counter moves on everybody. Dorian was countering everybody. Tristan was jumping in, doing her specials on everybody. Then they go to commercial break. When we come back for a commercial break, Dorian did a nice little beautiful moonsault. They'll start shooting star press. At one point, Jensen, his boot came off again. He used it as a weapon, and that was again it's legal, so it's okay. Tay Wilder came out of nowhere, and dragged Cam Hendricks to hell. At a certain point, the finish was Dorian was doing a fake out to Tristan, then turned it into the Cody cutter. Then Jensen came in, did a special on him. Then Tristan Angels came back, did a special on Jensen, and then rolled up Dorian in a sneaky, just a roll up for the 1, 2, 3. And then they immediately got to the turnbuckle and then did the whole like looking like the meet the fuckers, like I'm looking at you thing, doing that to Aaron Work, who was in the VIP section the whole time. He came out before the match started and like, hey, I'm Aaron Work, I'm sexy, and then he went to the VIP section and
Oh,
was
you
there
see
the
what
whole
happened
time.
to Cam?
And Cam was sent straight to hell
Okay.
by Tate Wilder.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Drag Me to Hell, starring Tate Wilder and Cam Hendricks. No Harley Riggins came out to help. No one else came out. It was just Tate Wilder by himself. So EOD, what are your thoughts on the match and the fact that we now next week is the contract signing, and then in 2 weeks is going to be Mr. England versus the Dime Piece.
Yeah, they really found a way to drag this out a couple of weeks. But yeah, I thought the match overall was pretty good. Um, it wasn't the best fatal four way, only because the women be killing it. Their fatal four ways be killing. That's the bar. That's the bar right there. But this is excellent. This excellent fatal four way. Everybody was counting everybody's moves. I think you said it before. This was a Dorian. This was more of a Dorian Van Duke showcase. Everybody got their stuff in, but it looked like there was like a little extra focus kind of on Dorian Van Duke's with his moveset. I did like the fact that Tate Wilder did cost Cam his title opportunity, which was nice. So now we could kind of finish off. Well, I don't want to say finish off their feud for now on Evolve. Hopefully, we'll probably get that in either next week or the week after. We'll finally get Tate and Cam in the thing. You had a little teaser on LFG. If you watch it, you'll know. Tristan Angels was looking good. I'm actually a little bit shocked that he won. I actually thought Dorian Van Dukes was going to end up winning this match. If it wasn't going to be Brooks Jensen, because I do not believe whoever won this match was going to win the title in the first place. So it really didn't kind of matter who you throw out there. So it's like, all right, let's throw one of the new guys up there for a title shot. So this is Dorian's kind of a face. It kind of makes more sense that it would be Tristan, I guess. So it's like, let's see what you got and everything. And I think their styles will complement each other. And I can only imagine the trash talk that's going to happen at that contract signing next week. But overall, this was a really good match. I'm still going to give it a B, just because I've seen the women kill it with like an A fatal four-way match a couple times. So.
Yeah, for me, yeah. Thank you, Guardian, for that. Like, she brought up a good point. Like, this feels like the Evolve effect again without anyone else. Yeah, this is just the Evolve effect part two. But on the Wrestling Super Friendos Network. But I will say, looking back at it, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Looking back at it, this was a good match. It was a B match as well. It was a good fatal four-way. Dorian Van Dux is showing out. Tristan Angels is a sneaky player. Cam Hendricks hasn't really chased his. Okay, there's nothing wrong with Cam Hendricks. I'm not saying it is. I'm just like, he's getting stale because he got his move set, but he's hanging with two other guys who are indie workers that has to adapt their styles on the fly because that's their job. And Jensen, who can adapt his style because he's been around so many different types of styles. But then you have Cam Hendricks, who is PC trained, LFG trained, and now Evolve trained. And I think if he goes to NXT, he needs to fight everybody to kind of get the whole. I think he's fearful. I don't know. Like, I think he's just scared of trying new things or getting hurt. Because, like, in this match, he was doing okay. But I felt that Tristan and Dorian, and even, I hate to say this, I'm sorry, Coach, even Jensen shined. It was weird. But for Cam, he was just there. And then Tate Wilder's like, I'm taking your ass to hell anyway. So I'm like, so what was the point? Like, it would have been anybody else. It would have been even more interesting if Riggins was the one that was in the fatal four-way and he dragged them out, and then you can just continue this a little bit more. And he could tell Cam Hendricks, why didn't you help me? But either way, B.
I got something to say that before Cardia. This is actually a compliment. What I'm going to say, Cam Hendricks kind of reminds me of The Miz. I think maybe that's what it is. He's like more character than wrestlers. Like he could get in there and do some stuff, but it's really like everything that we really talk about Cam's like we really don't talk about his matches too much. It's like we talk about all the antics he does, and then a little bit of the match. So it's more like for me, Cam is like the character and everything. He's just like a good heel. He gives a good promo. He does the dastardly things, but in the ring, he's like he wrestles. He's not bad at it. He's not bad at it at all, but he doesn't do anything like super exciting because we're just waiting for him the cheat anyway. So yeah, and I by the way, I like the Miz. By the way, so it's not shade because I know a lot of people don't like the Miz, but I like the Miz. I think the Miz is. I'm not gonna say awesome. I think the Miz is great though. He's great. So, and I think that's what Cam is. I think he's more of a Miz type character, and maybe that's why he feels like he might be like a little out of place. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that. With like it's with the Miz. This is what I think about him.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Not my boy.
That's me because he just got boring after a while. He's just a utility player who thinks that he'll always be the legend. No, you're the legendary utility player. Like that's what. Come on, man. Like, it's like I won a championship at WrestleMania in 2010s, bruh. Everyone won. People. There's a 24/7 champion, and Peter Rosenberg won that. Like, let's not be okay. It was a weird time back then. But I want to give this final show a B plus. It was really good. Good storyline, good setup for other matches. And ultimately, you can find me on Rican Reactions, RICANREACTIONS. You can find us on PWF Wrestling on YouTube. You can find the audio version of this, shorter, condenser, crazier, on the Wrestling Soup and Friendos network on Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, and anywhere else. I want to give a shout out to CJ Wolfie Terrell. Hear these thoughts. Coach FCHW, you were sleeping. I understand that. You missed the episode. I understand that too. You're a great guy. Shout out to my beautiful, astonishing, wonderful, mesmerizing, and just ecstatic island of Puerto Rico. You gotta love my island, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else matters in this world except the island of Puerto Rico. Also, shout out to the person that's sitting next to me, the woman. Now, stay healthy. Okay, she's giving me a nasty look. She's giving me a nasty look. Shout out to Cardi M. Say your socials and give me your final rating.
All right. You guys can find me on Instagram at Terrell Muhammad. Final rating of this episode, I would give it a B. A B. It wasn't like super memorable or anything like that. The Cappuccino Jones thing, I forgot to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Okay, bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, Cappuccino Joe's called somebody. Who did they call? Cardi M? Go.
Obviously. I don't really know who else, honestly, because Jack Hartwell was injured.
Yes.
And yeah, so we'll see.
Okay.
But again, the bigger question is, why did they make it seem all like somebody was spying on Cappuccino Jones?
Yeah.
That was kind of intentional.
Yeah. NXT Anonymous can't even be inside the building. He has to be like outside the building. Like he has to be in the grasses, and he can't even be seen on site because they'll shoot his ass. Yeah. But yeah, good point, EOD. Thank you for bringing that up. Who we talked about this on the Evolve Effect, but who do you think is the person that they called? He called.
Like Cardi said, like my first thought was Jack Cartwell. Then I remembered that he was hurt, so it's not Jack. I think it's Marcus Mazers. That's who I think it is, and it could be Sam Holloway. But my first choice, unless it was like both of them, but my first choice because he said he needs all hands on deck. So my first choice is Marcus Mazers because we haven't seen him in a while. They did call him out by name. The Mog Squad called last week, I think. So
yes,
and because right now in Evolve, because we keep saying it's going to be different in a couple of weeks. Right now, I think of Evolve. Right now, we're in a mini series right now because all the main players that we're watching right now is not going to be there in a couple of weeks. They're all getting called up. So we're going to have a whole new set, a whole new thing in a couple of weeks. So just a mini series. So that's the way I look at it right now. We're in a mini series, so we got to get the people familiar with the guys that was already here before. And it's not like Sam Holloway and Marcus Mathers have been working the indie scene. So they have been out there. They've been on the road. They've been on showcases and stuff like that. So it's not that they're hurt, but that's what the ID program's there. They're still doing indie dates and stuff like that, just under like a WWE like kind of branding. That's all. So it's time to bring them home. Bring them home to get them workout so we can get them in NXT next. So
Okay, you know what I said? Like it was either like everyone wants it to be Jack Carwell, but he's hurt, so we can take him off the board. It could be Marcus Mathers and Sam Holloway, which again, that's 3. We need a 4th. My thoughts, we said this on the Evolve Effect, it has to be, I'm thinking it has to be the Vanity Project. They're still OG. They don't like these people shitting on Evolve. And if Cappuccino, who technically is respected by Jackson in a way, sort of.
yeah, he did say he respected them. He did say that while he was a heel,
Yes.
or when that weird period of time when they were not as heelish, I guess.
Yeah. It'd be funny if Javon came down. That'd be just funny as fuck. Javon came down like, what's up, guys? But that was it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I want to give a shout out to everybody else. Thank you for watching the episode 60. A monumentous episode, but a short reaction, which is fine. What the hell happened to your face? There we go.
We talking about. I thought you talking about.
Not bad. No, you're good.
Because my reach was today,
Yeah,
so my head's
I see it.
under.
I was wondering. Sorry about that. Stay healthy, stay happy. We'll see you guys next week. Probably Saturday. We will do the LFG episode 3. I have to talk to my guys and see if they can like just be there and stuff like that. Shout out to It's Gall. Shout out to Nikki Alliance. Shout out to everybody that hangs out with us. And I you know what? Even though not everyone popped up in wanted list, you're